Hi everybody, my name is Timothy, and I greet you all in Jesus Christ's mighty name. You're listening to yet another episode of the Brother Timothy Clark podcast, and in today's episode we're going to be taking a listen to the Wide Area Network Repeater System's emergency net that comes to us every Sunday evening at 9 o'clock local time here in Pennsylvania. If you're listening on YouTube or Spotify, feel free to go ahead and leave me a comment. If you would like to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that bell notification button, it would be greatly appreciated. And now, on with the net.
Good evening, fellow amateurs. This is Alpha Bravo 3, Alpha calling the Wide Area Network Repeater System Emergency Services Net. This is a directed net with a roster roll call. My name is Brian, and I'll be your net control station. This net will begin with a call for any announcements. We will then call for check-ins from the roster, followed by any late check-ins, then open check-ins. All lights in the stations are welcome to check in. For emergency traffic, please double brake, example brake, or emergency traffic, whatever, acknowledge the net controller's attention. It will be acknowledged and take priority. At the completion of the emergency, the net may resume depending on the time. Are there any announcements for the net tonight? W3TKR.
Yeah, W3TKR is here, Brian.
Sal and I are inquisitive to know, did you get a hold of the fat man in the red suit?
Yes, I did. And he said that he can visit with everyone on the 20th of December, which is the Saturday before Christmas, at 7 p.m. How's that do for you?
Oh, wonderful. So the big man in the red suit will make an appearance on the WAN at 7 p.m. December 20th, which is a Saturday. So put that on your calendars. Bring all the young'uns. I know Santa would love to speak with them. Thank you, Roy. We were wondering, as you know, I haven't been around much this year, but thank you for getting a hold of him. Appreciate it. All right. Anyone else have any announcements for the net tonight? I guess we'll start the roster. Check myself in, AB3AA. Then we'll go to Tom, K3WS.
Well, good evening, Brian. I hope all's well for you up in your neck of the woods and you're surviving all the cold weather and the mixed precipitation. But good to hear you on board this evening. Hope everybody's enjoying the beginning of the Christmas holiday week, or month. Let's put it that way, the Christmas holiday month. Back to net control, K3HB.
I probably beg to differ with you, Tim. It's no be longer than that. You ask Walmart, and them, they think it starts well before Thanksgiving, well before Halloween. So it's getting to be that way anymore. I'm surprised they probably don't have summer clothes on the racks already, I'll bet. But good to hear you, bud. Kevin, Elaine, Scott, Dave, Jeff, Chuck, Terry, or Dave, any other core members present tonight? Nothing. Back to you, Roy. W3TKR, the first of our net controllers.
Thank you, Brian. Good evening to you. I'm under the weather today. I want to apologize for last Sunday. I was supposed to do the net, and I slept right through it. I fell asleep around 7:30. I set my alarm for 8:45, and I slept right through the alarm. Woke up around 9:30, and the alarm was still going on. It was incredible. I want to apologize. I want to thank whoever picked up the net for me last Sunday, pardon me, and I will accept a dock and pay. W3TKR.
Okay, well, I see Jim picked it up, and don't be apologetic at all. We understand health is more important than anything, and yeah, I noticed you sounded a little under the weather, so get feeling better real soon, bud. Thanks for checking in. W3STP. NC3U.
Brian, thank you for doing the net tonight. Roy, I hope you feel better, buddy. Jimmy did a good job. And take care. Thanks for the word on Santa. Back to net control. This is NC3U.
All right, Sal, thank you. And Jim, thank you for picking up Roy's spot last week, KC3EWN.
Well, good evening, Brian and Annette. This is KC3EWN, and it was my pleasure. No worries, Roy. Get better there. And, not much happening here, Brian. We got 29 degrees here, so, yep, winter is definitely here. And I'm still in shorts, Brian, if you can believe that. KC3EWN, back to net control.
All right, better luck to you, Jim, because I know I'm not that way anymore. Balmy 27 here, and woke up Friday morning to 4 degrees, 3 or 4 degrees. Man, that was cold. Took the breath away when I stepped outside. The old school bus just whined and grinded. One day didn't want to go either. How about N2VIN?
Good evening, Brian, and all on the net. N2VIN. I hope everyone has had a great weekend, and a great week ahead. Back to you, net control, N2VIN.
All right, good evening, Vince. How about our buddy down at Columbia County, N3SSD? All right, we're hearing out from Mike. Wish him the best of holiday season. We'll move on to our regular roster roll call. This is AB3AA. KD3WT.
Well, good evening, Brian. I had to wait for all the IDs to go off there. It's King Delta 3 Whiskey Tango in West Philadelphia, where it's 36 degrees and clear skies, and want to say good evening to everyone that's listening tonight. Back to you, Brian, KD3WT.
Now, good evening, Rich. How about KB3AWQ?
Hey, good evening, Brian and the net. Thanks for doing the net there, and have a great week. KB3AWQ Williamsport.
Well, thank you, John. KC3FME.
Hey, good evening, Brian. KC3FME here. Bob and Butler and Mont Chestnut. Hope everybody's having a
a good day and a good weekend. This is Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th, so we want to remember all the people that, I don't think there's many people still alive that fought in Pearl Harbor, but you got to remember the service people anyway. Right now I got 29 degrees up here, and it's not too bad, 29 degrees. But anyway, I don't have anything else, and I'll send it back to you, Brian. KC3 FME, back to net control.
All right, Bob, good to hear that. KB3 TFN.
Good evening from KB3 TFN, Patrick. South Germain Township, Washington County, Pennsylvania. No traffic, no comments. Good evening.
All right, Patrick, good to hear you. KC3 CFP.
Well, good evening, Brian, and everyone within the sound of my voice on this Sunday evening. Have yourselves a real good week. KC3 CFP, back to you.
All right, likewise, Herb, good to hear you. Now move down here to the neighborhood, KC3LYK. He was just there a few minutes ago. KC3IIH. I just barely pulled you out of there, Barry, but they got you. You were out more than you were in. How about Kilo Delta 3 Bravo Golf Delta?
Bravo Golf Delta, Johnny and Neil Porter at college. Doing fine. Been sick this week, but I have finals, so that's not going to be fun. Anyway, back to you.
All right, well, good luck on your finals, John. KB3HYJ. KE6RAX.
This is KE6RAX in Santa Cruz. On the news today, they said about 100 people left from this day, and they're all over 100 years old. And, you know, you guys are a little bit cool. Starting to get into a cold spell here. Today it was about 65 degrees during the day, and it's about 51 degrees out right now. So, you know, it's starting to chill down a little bit. KE6RAX.
All right. Well, thank you, Peter, for that bit of information. They're interesting. W3ZVX. KB2FA and N2YQE.
9:15 p.m.
Good evening, Brian, and everyone on the net. This is N2YQE, Robin, in Hamilton, New Jersey. No traffic. Please also check in via proxy KB2FA. Everybody have a great week, and I hope everybody feels better. And sorry about those finals, and Roy, thanks for Santa. This is N2YQE, back to net control.
Yeah, unfortunately, Robin, it is the sixth season upon us. It's going around. And we have you and Carl checked in. KC3CDV.
This is KC3CDV. Yep, December 7th, 1941. It's something to, never forget. That family in World War II, none that were at Pearl Harbor that I'm aware of. But, World War II is something near and dear to my heart. So Pearl Harbor, it's one of those things that's just near and dear to me. And lest we forget our history, if we forget our history, we will repeat it again. And if it's repeated again, well, what did we learn? I think we should learn from our history. Also, on another note, be aware, it's somewhat of an active weather pattern this week. Snow, and then there's another system that could be hitting the area around Thursday or Friday. And for the latest, you can always go to weather.gov and enter your zip code. And there's also radar.weather.gov for a radar view. With that, I'll pass it back to Net Control. This is KC3CDV. Back to Net.
Oh, that hum.
All right, James, thank you for the info. And the yes, for sure. If you forget about history, it will repeat itself for sure. How about KC3OSW?
There we go.
KC3OSW board here in Cranberry Township, Butler County. Good evening, Brian, and everyone on the net. All is well here. Turn it back to you at Net Control, Brian. Have a good week.
Little hum there, not bad.
All right, Marty. A little raspy there, but we got you. Pulled you out of the mud, no problem. How about K3HRH? KD3AJO.
And this is KC3CDU. Just a real quick note, because we are in the winter season, there may be, and you'll have to keep an eye on this, there may be more flight cancellations. The number one cause of an aircraft going down is ice on the wings. So we're in that time of year, we're in that season, so keep an eye on your local airport and keep an eye on your local flight, whatever that might be. And remember that the FAA does not cancel flights. They may ground a particular airplane, but they never cancel flights. So, that all being said, this is KC3CDU back to Net Control. See ya!
Alright, Timothy, you have a great night and a great week. W8CMK.
Good evening, Brian. Good to hear you and everybody else on the net this evening. And hope everybody has a great week there. 7-3 from W8CMK.
Alright, Mark, sounds good. How about New York 2 Sierra?
Good evening, Net Control. Thank you for doing the net. This is NY2S, Tom in West Palm. Well, the temperature right now is 75 degrees with 88% humidity, and winds are out of the south at 7 miles an hour. I want to thank you for doing the net this evening. Sounding good, group of check-ins. And if you'd be so kind, if you can check in Lou, aka 4EPS, whose link that we're running through right now, we'd appreciate that. And we want to thank you and have everyone have a great week up ahead. This is November Yankee 2 Sierra, Tom in West Palm.
call him, and they got Lou, and who knows what country he's in right now or state. He could be in Colorado, Florida. I don't know where all he travels, but good deal. KC3YYQ.
KC3YYQ. Good evening, everybody on the net. A little cold here in Western PA. The Steelers did win. I don't know how, but they did. But everybody have a good week, as one said, stay weather-wise. KC3YYQ, 73s.
All right, Robert. Yeah, that was quite a game. KC3 VZV.
Hello, Charlie 3, Victor Zulu Victor. Dennis here in Spring Grove. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody has a good week. Back to net control. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Victor Zulu Victor.
All right, Dennis, you have a wonderful week as well. AC3PE.
Good evening, Brian, and everyone on the net. No comments, no traffic. Have a great week. 73, AC3PE.
Likewise, Jonathan. Gaithersburg, WI3J.
Hey, good evening, Brian. Everyone, that's WI3J Stu. Yes, indeed, in Gaithersburg, Montgomery County, Maryland. And they're calling for us down here, not getting out of the 30s tomorrow, which is going to be pretty cold. But it's balmy, I guess, compared to other places, so there you go. But, yeah, winter is upon us. And, boy, I tell you, today's game, Commanders 31-0 by the Vikings. I think they forgot how to play football. I think they've lost 5 in a row, so they're done for the year. All right, back to you, Brian. Thanks for doing this, WI3J.
All right, Stu. Well, I'm sure you haven't fired yours up yet and used it, but I did get a new snowblower 2 weeks ago, and I've had to use it twice already just to run it, make sure all the parts are moving. But happy I got it. I was hoping not to use it at all, but that's okay. How about N3 RBG?
Good evening, Brian, and good evening to all on the network. This is N3 RBG, operating from Plymouth Meeting, Montgomery County. Hope everybody has a great upcoming week. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Jeff. How about KC3NAB?
Good evening, Brian, and everyone on the net. KC3NAB. No traffic.
Good evening again, David. K3CIM.
Good evening, Brian, and the net from the bottom of Chester County. This is Kilo 3, Sweets and Lead. It's me. No traffic, over.
All right, Alex, thank you. KA2TSM.
Good evening, Brian. Cold over here in Long Pond 2 near the raceway here. We got a balmy temperature of 31 degrees. Good evening to everybody, and back over to the net from KA2TSM.
Good evening, Dave. How about KX4XR?
Good evening, Brian. Thank you for running the net. Likewise, Tom in New York 2S, temperature in Florida. Actually, Cooper, Florida is 75 degrees, and wish we could send some warm air up there. I understand it's getting pretty cold, so I can appreciate it. So with that, again, I appreciate being on this net and listening to everybody out there, and I thank you for running the net, Brian. And this is KX4XR, Bob and Jupiter, turning it back to you.
All right, Bob, very good. How about N3WZX?
Good evening,
everybody. This is KD3AMO. Hope everybody has a nice week and stay warm.
Likewise, Steve. And this is AB3AA Net Control. KC3WGZ.
Evening, Brian and the rest of the net. This is N3FYI Portable. I just got home from Florida. We flew through a heck of a storm on the climb out of Central Florida, so glad that the plane arrived in one piece. But we're here in the cold, and I guess we'll have to deal with the weather up here. But anyway, thanks for doing the net. Back to net N3FYI Portable.
Alright, well, glad to hear you made a safe trip, Chris. W2LAL.
W2LAL, Danny. In a chilly Stevens Point, New York, we're at 24 degrees right now. Little light flurries in the air, and it's going to get colder, and tomorrow it's not going to get warmer. We're supposed to only have a high of 22, and then a low tomorrow night of 4 degrees. Ooh, too early for that. W2LAL, good day.
Wash your mouth out, Danny. Don't be swearing like that. Alright. How about KD3AAT?
This is KD3AAT. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone has a good week. It's 28 degrees here in Mount Cobb. And back to you from KD3 Alpha Alpha Tango.
Alright, thank you, Frank. How about KD3AQH? KE2EHI?
Good evening, KD2EHI, Joe, Westfield, New York, with no traffic.
Good evening, Joe. K3 Delta Mike.
Hey, good evening, Brian. Good evening, everyone on the net. This is Kilo 3 Delta Mike, K3DMM, Denny in the balmy village of Lingelstown, Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, where we've got 33 degrees. That sounds pretty warm compared to some of the temperatures I'm hearing out there. So everybody have a great week, and Brian, thanks for taking the net. K3DMM.
Alright, Danny. Very good. And you sound, I don't want to say bassy, but you sound like you got a blanket or something over the microphone, like you're talking through a filter. I don't know if it's anything important to you, but that's the way you sound, not like your normal self, but good clean copy, though. How about N3RGB?
30 p.m.
KC3HGA.
Net Control, this is Kilo Charlie 3, Hotel Golf Alpha, Kevin in Doylestown. No traffic, no comments, back to Net Control.
Good evening, Kevin. KC3ZQZ. KC3LAV.
Good evening, Brian, and everyone on the net. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor, Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, at the bottom of the hill. We're having a wonderful evening. 30 degrees here in Warwick Township, and thank you for taking the net. We're standing by.
All right, Mike. Good to hear you tonight, bud. KW4, WTF. KB3, TSJ. W3, VIC. AA3VZ. WA2KM. K3PJ. KD3BVW.
This is Deb in Mechanicsburg. It's 34 degrees here. KD3, Baker Victor Whiskey, back to you.
All right, give me that call sign again, Deb.
Kilo Delta 3, Baker Victor Whiskey.
Okay, Baker, Victor, Whiskey. That is correct. Okay, sound like when he said it the first time really fast, it sounded like Victor, Victor, Whiskey. Thanks, Deb. Appreciate it. I want to make sure it was right. That brings us to the end of the roster. We're now going to ask for late check-ins. Late check-ins only from the roster, and I got my scribbly device in hand, and I'll copy as quickly as I can. Please call AB3AA.
Brian,
VZX, Steve, and Delta
on the roster, but
late check
RJV.
That was a mouthful. I caught John, KC3LYK, and I caught Mike, N3RJV. The other two of you, one of you pause for a minute and wait for the other. See if we can stop the quadruple in there.
Hey, I guess I'll go here. This is N3WZX, Steve and with no traffic. Late check-in. No traffic.
Alright, Steve, I got you. Maybe there's only three, but it sure sounds like a whole lot more than that. There's not so many voices in there. Anyone else late from the check-in for the roster, please call now.
Control. Please copy. W3 Zebra Victor X-ray late check-in.
Alright, W3ZVX. And back off the mic just a little bit. You're really, really raspy there, hitting it kind of hard. Anyone else?
Okay.
All right, we'll go on to open check-ins. Open check-ins, please call AB3AA one at a time. Call sign phonetically, and I'll scribble as quickly as possible. AB3AA.
This is KC3, Bob, KC3, Bravo, Oscar, Bravo, Jackson Township, York County, Pennsylvania.
Charlie 3, Zulu, November, Delta, John in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Whiskey 3, Sugar Tango Papa.
Charlie 3, Uniform Yankee Echo, Austin.
Okay, give me your cell face again, Austin, please.
KC3UYE, Kilo Charlie 3, Uniform Yankee Echo.
All right, got it that time. Hey, good evening to Bob, John, Steve, and Austin. Any others?
Hey, Brian, I know I'm already checked in with this fellow. Say hello, KA4EPS, and I am in Lake Worth Beach, Florida, listening. Have a good evening.
My golly, about time, dude. I don't get to hear your voice very often.
Tom does a good job checking me in when I'm here. Good to hear you, Brian. Take care. KA4E.
All right, Lou, one more call. Anybody in the sound of my voice, then we'll close this up and let other people use the repeaters. Please call AB3AA.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Yankee Golf Tango, Ed in Arlington, Virginia. AA3 present Anthony. Can you...
All right, we got Ed, and good evening to you, Anthony. Long time no hear.
Good day, American 376.
Again, a reminder to everybody, Roy did say he talked to the fat man in the red suit, and he's going to stop by and visit on Saturday, December 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern time, that is, with Roy hosting W3TKR, our net control, who's faithfully done this for, I don't know, 5-6 years now, Roy, something like that. Been very great at it. So thank you to Roy for spearheading that every year. And this is AB3AA Net Control. I'd like to thank everyone who checked in this evening for their time and input, and also like to thank all the owners and maintainers of all the repeaters and links connected that make this net possible. The net will convene again next Monday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with Sal, NC3U is net control. Till then, everybody stay warm, stay dry, and God bless. AB3AA clear.
Brian, there's one thing I would like to add, W3TKR.
Well, sure, jump right on there.
anybody wants to send an email request to Santa Claus, and maybe talk about any children that might be there, contact me, W3TKR. I'm good on QRZ, and we'll get it all set up for you on December 20th at 7 p.m. Thanks, Brian, W3TKR.
All right, thank you, Roy. That would be very much appreciated, I'm sure. Again, everybody have a wonderful evening. AB3A clear.
All-star node 2135 disconnected.
Alrighty, and you just got to hear the Wide Area Network Emergency Network Net that comes to us every Sunday evening at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or Standard Time. Daylight Savings Time. It is still 9 o'clock, even then. What do they call that? Daylight Savings Time and Standard Time? It's crazy. You know, I've been living in Pennsylvania all of my life. And I have been saying all of my life, I sound like an old fogey, but I've been saying all my life that I really want to do away with daylight saving. Can't even say with a straight face. It could be because I sound like the Grinch of daylight savings time. But I have, though. I've been saying we need to do away with daylight savings time. It's like it's like evil. Messes with my sleeping pattern and everything. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, complaints, feel free to go ahead and send those to me via email. If you're listening on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment. Same thing with all of y'all who are on the Spotify service as well. I do not get the comments from other apps and websites that may be hosting the podcast, just FYI. I will get your email if you send me an email, TimothyClarkMusic@me.com. I will get your comment if you leave a comment on my YouTube channel, and I will get the comment if you leave it on Spotify. I'll also get the comment if you leave it on any of the places available over at my website, TimothyClarkMusic.wordpress.com. And that will do it for this episode of the Brother Timothy Clark Podcast. Until next time, see ya!